In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Following the very heavy defeat of the aggressive American army in the early hours of today in southern Isfahan, and following the enemy's attacks on the B1 bridge in Kerch and the Mahshar petrochemical industries, in addition to operations by the armed forces against specific military targets, retaliatory operations in response to these blatant aggressions were placed on the agenda in Wave 96 as part of Operation True Promise 4 with the sacred code O Zainab, peace be upon her. Until this morning, the first phase of the response to these actions was carried out through joint operations of the IRGC Navy and Aerospace Force by setting fire to Zionist and American targets across the region. Accordingly, an attack on a refinery supplying heavy fuel for the warplanes of the Zionist regime, which led to the destruction of its main sections. An attack on gas facilities of American companies ExxonMobil and Chevron stationed in Habshan, UAE. A missile strike on an American petrochemical facility producing materials for the U.S. armed forces and military products of the Zionist regime, located in Al-Ruwais, UAE, causing widespread fires. A heavy drone attack on the American Sitra petrochemical complex in Bahrain, leading to widespread fires and destruction of key parts of the industry, which plays an important role in producing petroleum derivatives needed by the U.S. Army. An attack on the American-affiliated Shuaiba petrochemical facilities in Kuwait, resulting in a massive fire and the complete shutdown of this complex, cooperating with the U.S. armed forces. It is worth noting that in Wave 97, the IRGC Navy, as part of Operation True Promise 4 with the blessed code O Qasim ibn al-Hassan, peace be upon him, destroyed several important targets belonging to American Zionist terrorists and their assets in the Persian Gulf and its surrounding countries, including the destruction of a gathering place of American commanders and officers at a cover location near the Mohammed Al-Ahmad Naval Base in Kuwait, using ballistic missiles and suicide drones. According to reports, following yesterday's IRGC Navy attack on a gathering of American forces in the UAE, at least 25 people have been confirmed killed or wounded so far. During the continuation of these operations, a Zionist vessel named King Dowstar in the Jebel Ali port channel in the UAE was precisely struck by a Qadir cruise missile. The ship is currently burning. Since yesterday, in order to control the smart management of the Strait of Hormuz, several vessels have been prevented from entering or exiting due to lack of transit permits and have been redirected to anchorages in the western and eastern parts of the strategic Strait of Hormuz. Additionally, as part of this wave, an industrial area affiliated with the Zionist regime's army in Beersheba was struck in retaliation for the regime's aggressions by the brave fighters of the IRGC Aerospace Force. The brave men of the Islamic Republic of Iran Army, since early this morning, in a decisive response to the crimes of American Zionist enemies, targeted petrochemical industries and oil storage facilities in the southern occupied territories near Dimona, as well as a warehouse of equipment for communication units and the headquarters of U.S. terrorist army forces stationed in Bubiyan, Kuwait, with drone strikes. The targeted warehouses at this base were used to store munitions for missile systems, including HIMARS reserves, as well as communication and surveillance facilities of U.S. terrorist forces. Following multiple attacks and serious damage to the Arif Jan base in Kuwait, the United States established a new camp on Bubiyan Island to deploy communication, surveillance and control centers to manage operations and continue its hostile actions against Iran. This facility was also targeted in recent drone attacks by the Islamic Republic of Iran Army. Air defenders of our country in the Army and IRGC, under the guidance and control of the Integrated National Air Defense Network, in recent hours successfully shot down one MQ-9 drone over Isfahan and one Lucas drone near Kark Island. With these interceptions, the total number of drones destroyed by the country's Integrated Air Defense Network has reached 163. From the beginning, we have declared that any aggression against civilian targets will be met with a multiplied response against enemy interests anywhere in the region. If attacks on civilian targets are repeated, the next stages of our offensive and retaliatory operations will be far more crushing and extensive, and the damages and losses for them, if they persist in this approach, will be multiplied. And victory is not but from Allah, the exalted in might, the wise.